Hello, hello, hello. Hello, good evening. Say Instagram family. Wonderful to see you all. Glad you are joining in. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Back at it. Back into another wonderful week. And very excited for today. Very excited to to connect again and to connect more around Black history and to have just an incredible conversation with this incredible woman. I really enjoy, as I mentioned in the last conversation that we had with Ladarius. I really enjoy just being able to talk with people about to talk with people about Black history and the impact and the importance of this month and this kind of celebration. So it's really awesome just to have any time that we get to connect, but particularly to speak with this person. So I'm glad that you can join me. I'm glad that you can join us, and I look forward to it. So I just want to get this set up before I invite her in. So this woman, I had the chance to meet her about a week ago. About a few weeks ago, but she has known about Say and has been connected to Say for many years. She is a writer, a producer, a photographer, a person who stutters, a mother, so pretty much an all-around superhero who is the founder of Blackboard Plays and is also a producer with the Public Theater. And I am thrilled and honored to have her join me for this conversation. Please give it up virtually for Garlia Cornelia. Garlia is going to join us in just. Hey!
Hi!
Good to see you.
You too. You too. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you wonderfully.
Okay. Great.
How are you today?
I'm good. This has been a day of like back to backs. I'm just like I use a scheduler to like schedule my meetings, and so someone scheduled one with me this morning, and then I said, "Can you reschedule for this afternoon?" And she like literally found a very like the one slot, and she's like, "I realize you don't have any space." And I was like, "Yeah, no."
Well, I appreciate you taking the time
Yeah,
to
totally.
chat with me,
Yeah,
to say hello to our Say community too.
yeah. No, I'm thrilled to be involved and talk more about Say and stuttering. It's like it's so funny. Sometimes you think about being in an interview and well, people know that you stutter when you start talking, but here you already know. It's like, oh, we've already crossed that bridge, so that's half the battle.
Yeah, that's one of the things that really struck me about the conversation that we had before too was just to kind of hear all of the titles and the roles that you've taken on, the things that you've accomplished, and to know that like there's still that part of you who is, you're a person who stutters, and so those kinds of internal conversations, those kinds of concerns are all still a part of your experience.
All the time, It's like I there's something that we do at the public where we you know, well, we still do it over Zoom, but when we were in a person, something that we did at the public is when you have a new show and they're in tech, everybody comes in and they say their name and their apartment. And I was like, are you kidding? I was like, is this real in front of everybody? Okay. And then I just have like these flashbacks of being elementary school, right? Where you have to read a passage out of a book, and everyone's, you know, and I would like count. Okay, 5 people, 5 passages. Okay, this is going to be my passage. Okay, what, you know, like doing all of those things. And so, you know, I think maybe my first few times with the public, I really had some really hard stops in there. But then once I got comfortable, everyone's stutter and how they approach it and how they feel is different. But once I got comfortable, I was able, I mean, it just felt, it was a different flow, but it was definitely something. And I was like, you guys, and this saying your names thing, it's great. It's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Just yes, if I take the entire, you know, hour, sorry, I don't know. It's like, what are they gonna do? So I
Right.
just the thing. And I also want to point out my safe swag that I have over here.
Hey.
I had
All
it on all
right.
weekend.
Represent. We appreciate it. I have the shirt. on.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I loved that one. I love that one. Yeah.
we got to get to that one
I
too.
told my kids, I was
no,
like, no, I'm just saying, I showed my kids, I said, this is, and they're like, what is stuttering? And I said, you know that thing I do when I talk? And they're like, oh, okay. They're still, they're like, okay, whatever. Okay, Mom. Yes, say swag. Yes.
Right. That's great. That's wonderful. Well, again, thank you. I enjoy every opportunity to be able to talk with you, and yeah, I would just love to start by saying that I had a chance to like check out some of your posts for Black History Month as well, which have been really awesome and really inspiring. And I'm always excited to see the different ways in which people celebrate or draw attention or amplify, Black voices, especially these days. But every day, every month.
Oh,
But I wanted to hear more in your words. What has Black History Month meant for you?
for me, Black History Month is always a really fun month, I think, because there's more things. I have made it my career to support Black artists. So it's something I do all the time and take very seriously. And so Black History Month for me is really all day, every day. But this special month means that we can, there's more conversations, and maybe sometimes those conversations are a bit more mainstream. And I think, now this past year, we have seen a lot of those conversations go mainstream anyway, but I think it's just a great month to find out more about our history and just have more chances to bring these conversations to light. But it should almost be like the start of what we do every day. I mean, it should just, you should take the month to maybe, learn things that you didn't already know, and then learn more of those things in the months that you don't hear about Black history every day. Although with Kamala Harris in the White House, we do see Black history every day. So that's a very cool thing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's just another example of what we all know as Black history just being history. That's a part
Yeah,
of this
that's right.
American history. That's a part
That's
of the history of our nation. So
right.
yeah, um, we live at an intersection of being a Black person or people of color, and also people who stutter.
Yeah.
And and you know, like thinking about those two worlds and where the crossover is, the idea of having your voice be heard, why is it important that there are spaces where black voices are heard, being of those two worlds, if you will.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and like thinking of myself as this like uber minority. I was always thinking of very interesting, maybe odd things as a child we can talk about on another time. But I think one of those things I once was like, wow, I'm really a minority. I was like, I'm a Black woman who stutters. Like, how many people are there out there that are like me? Because most of the people I stutter, I had met. Well, I hadn't met anybody who stuttered until I was in like maybe fourth or fifth grade. It was a boy, and so he was Black, but I never met any girls who had a stutter, and so I think it being able to write poems as a kid and write plays as an adult was how I was able to make my voice heard. I also, was very involved in music. You see, my flute is behind me, but I also sing, and so as like thinking about, oh, I'm in choir, or I grew up Catholic, so like church, I always enjoyed it. I always participated in church in various ways. I was an altar girl, and then I played my flute, and then I also, when I got older in college, I was a cantor. So just always singing, and that sort of, it's like, oh, you stutter, but look, you're singing. And so being able to express myself through other ways was always really key. I was certainly a kid who had a lot of diaries and stuff, so like that was a way to just kind of write writing very quickly became an outlet for me. So I think that it's just so key. And the other part of it is, and something that I've related to more recently, was that the work I do in supporting Black artists is specifically for underrepresented voices. Like, I support people whose stories are not always told, whose voices are not always heard, and I relate to that not only as a Black woman, but as a person who stutters, as a person who sometimes I cannot get it out. So sometimes my voice actually cannot be heard, and so people are gonna have to wait, and there's some more time I need, and I need some more space. And so it it's it is all so intertwined, you know, for me being a person who stutters and being a black one woman, and then supporting people to just have their voices heard. It's just all very tied and very, very key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the space and for making the space as well. Um, just in the work that you do, you know, I think it's really beautiful to see people making spaces and like giving platforms for these stories to be told, and I appreciate that in the work that you do.
Thank you.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you: is there someone in your life, either like a personal figure or you know, like a like a like a like uh, a, like a historical figure who represents Black excellence?
That, you know, it's so interesting thinking about black excellence and like what, you know, that means. I feel like um, black people have been on such a journey in this Hokkaido, 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 Hokkaido country, you know, and we've all just, I mean, when you look and when I think more about our history, and you look at the full history and the effects of slavery, because we just, you know, cannot forget that. And it wasn't that long ago, and to see how it has affected us as a people over, you know, time. It's something that I feel like our survival and ability to, you know, to really uh, you know, once slavery ended, technically, um, and our ability to change our situations, despite all of the barriers and different types of slavery and roadblocks that have been put before for 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 us. It's hard not to, you know, think that we're all just like extremely excellent, just because of that path, you know. And you get to see an entire race of people who are, you know, still here, and we are thriving as we get as we move forward. And so that's something that's just so key to me. And there's so many different experiences, you know, like we all have a different relationship to what slavery is, and to our history. So I, you know, it is, this isn't a way to not answer the question, but just I think also to think about like excellence is all of us, because just because of what was truly done to our ancestors, and how you cannot, like, you see that, like you see us, and you see a, you see this history from the from our skin color to our hair and the way that our noses are shaped and things. You see different types of people, and I think I'm very proud to be black and to carry that sort of strength um, through me. My the dad is a huge influence on my life. He, if you think I do tons of things, I just kind of copied him, and so and I think many of my siblings, we have, a similar story. So, he was an opera singer and a teacher, and he had a magical choir, and so all of these things affected my life. He's been performing, he performed Othello nearly 400 times, and when I was a kid, he was always doing his lines for Julius Caesar or Othello in the car, or always praying, so he's a huge influence. So if I have to say that there's somebody who's excellent, it's hands down always my dad. I mean, that's it. Because he, and he's very, cool with beret. And actually, I realized the other day, I was like, when I wear these glasses just for the blue light blockers, it's like, oh, it's kind of like my dad's glasses. So I really just want to look like my dad, which I kind of do already. But yeah, so he's the excellent, the excellent. Oh, a lot of glare. He's the excellent, thing. I think about it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, this has been really wonderful. I appreciate you taking some time out at the end of a busy Monday to say hello again.
Of course.
Thank you for raising your voice, for being a woman who stutters, a Black woman who stutters, who has a lot to say. And
I do.
Is really helping. Yeah, and is really helping amplify the voices of so many other folks who 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 uh, who uh, who uh, who who have a story to tell. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I celebrate you today.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so thrilled to be here and just be around, say more, and I'm like I always remember when I first found out about it and met up with Taro in Union Square, so that was great. So yeah.
Yeah, all these years we're still going strong, and I'm so glad to reconnect as well.
Yes, always.
All right, here's to many more conversations.
Yes.
Continuing the celebration of continuing the celebration of our history.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Garlia.
You're welcome. Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.